Now we got to talk about the Trump campaign. The former president is spending the night in Florida.
He's going to start the night waiting for results at Mar-A-Lago, but his official campaign watch party is just a few miles away at the Palm Beach County Convention Center. That's where Eric Glasser is covering this campaign tonight. And Eric, good evening to you.
Hi, guys, and good evening to you. Yep, we're looking forward to spending the night with you here in West Palm Beach. The former president, as you mentioned, is going to have his watch party at home at Mar-A-Lago. His supporters are going to be here at the convention center. Earlier today, former President Trump and his wife Melania came back to South Florida from 4 stops in Michigan. Their first stop that they made when they got back here was a polling place not far from Mar-A-Lago and not far from here at the convention center. And then the former president took questions for about 15 minutes. Now, I can tell you that here inside the convention center, security is very tight. Outside as well on the streets. They are expecting about 4,000 to 5,000 people here. Mr. Trump says that he and his family are going to be watching those results, as we said, at Mar-A-Lago, and then eventually make their way here, depending upon how things go, he said. The former president says he has not prepared any speeches and asked whether, win or lose, this would be his last campaign. He said he thinks so. He was also asked whether, unlike in 2020, he'd be willing to concede if it appears that he had lost. And he said he would, but with a qualifier.
I think they're crazy. If I lose an election, if it's a fair election, I'd be the first one to acknowledge it. And I think so far, I think it's been fair. I think there's been a lot of court cases. Both sides are lawyered up. Thousands of lawyers are involved. Thousands, can you imagine? And part of that is because we have too complicated a process.
After voting today, Mr. Trump headed over to his campaign headquarters in West Palm Beach to thank his staff. He said he believed that this was the best campaign of the 3 that he has ever run, but that in order to make that stick, they would have to win. You may remember also that in 2020, Trump came out and in the early morning hours declared victory, even though he had not, in fact, had the votes. And that, of course, led to the contention that we've seen over the past 4 years. Asked about whether or not he would be claiming victory again, this time the former president seemed to concede that there would likely be a delay in many of the states where it's just a razor-thin margin at this point, and acknowledged it might be several hours or even days before we have results from some of those areas. I'm going to go ahead and quote him. He said, yeah, I'm hearing the same thing you're hearing. I'm hearing states where I'm up by a lot, but they won't have final numbers for a long time. We'll be here to see how it all unfolds with you throughout the evening. Live in West Palm Beach, Eric Glasser. Back to you guys.
Yeah, looks like they're testing things out, getting ready, and as the night progresses, I'm sure you will have a lot more people around you.
Enjoy the calm.
Yes, the calm before the storm.
All right, Eric, thank you.